Hey everybody! So I finally completed my luminizing powders from Honest Beauty. I received the last shade in my most recent bundle just a couple days ago, and now I have all three, yes! So basically I was going to shoot this last shade, the deepest shade that I received, in a separate video and just do like a single review. But since I have all three shades, I thought it would be really great to show you guys how all three actually look like next to each other and just the differences between each shade. So with that being said, let's start with the first one. So Honest Beauty has actually three shades of their luminizing powder, and this is a baked-in highlighting powder. It's multi-use. It could be used on the face, on just the eyes, on the lips, on the décolleté, on the body. So what I love about these is they're not overly shimmery. They're a buildable, subtle, soft glow shimmer. Okay, so if you're looking for that super like high shimmer effect, you won't find that with these highlighters, but they are very buildable and they do have good pigment. So this is the first one. This is Midnight Reflection. And I already did do a separate video on this with a review for this shade too, but this is basically their lightest shade, and the color is a light ivory pearl. Okay, so this is going to be the lightest shade. It's great for a really pretty evident highlight on the high parts of the cheeks, maybe a highlight on the inner corners of the eyes, or even swept all over the lid. This shade is actually going to look best on anyone that has very fair to light, maybe even medium skin. And I'm gonna go ahead and do a swatch here on my wrist. So this is gonna be the first shade. And let me just get a little bit more on here so you guys can see. Okay, so there it is right there. You guys see that? Sorry, you kind of can't. I'm trying to angle this so you guys could see a little bit more of that highlight. So as you could see right here, you do get a little bit of that iridescence and glow, but it's not this high, super shimmery effect. I even have it on my finger right here, so you can see a little bit more of that right there. And I'm gonna blend it out on the top of my hand so you could see it just kind of lightly glow. Okay, so there is reflection to this. It's just not super shimmery. I feel like for myself it provides enough shimmer. I don't want to look like I have a disco ball on my face. So this is actually a really lovely super light highlight. Okay, so this is the first shade. This is Midnight Reflection, the lightest shade in the collection. And all of them, by the way, come in this magnetic closed compact case like this, and all of them retail for $25. You can also get them in a bundle. You can pick any three products from the Honest Beauty selection and get it all for $50 plus free shipping, which I think is a really great option. Now the next shade is the middle shade. This is Dawn Reflection. Okay, so I also did a separate video for this one, but once again, I'm just collectively doing a review and a demo for all three so you guys could see a comparison. Okay, so Dawn Reflection is a really lovely peachy gold. Okay, it's got a warm undertone. I almost call this like an apricot peach golden glow. It's great for warming up the complexion. So it kind of works like a bronzer, but it's mostly warming up the skin versus deepening the complexion. Okay, so how would you use this color? You could use it with a light fluffy brush. I have one right here. This is my Crown Jumbo Kabuki fan brush. You could just gently dust it along the temples. You could use it all over the cheeks. I was on vacation a couple weeks ago and I was just using this as my cheek color, and it was really pretty because it did give off a really pretty kind of peachy golden glow, and you could see it on my skin. So I have light skin and it definitely showed up. If your complexion is deeper, it may work better for you just as a highlighter versus color. So I'm gonna go ahead and do another swipe right here, and first I'm gonna pop a little bit on my ring finger and I'll show you guys the close-up. Okay, so it's kind of like that peachy kind of golden shimmer, and then I'm gonna do a swatch right next to the Midnight Reflection so you could see the color difference. So definitely a lot warmer and a lot more gold versus Midnight Reflection is just kind of like that pearly ivory shimmer. Okay, so I have the two side by side right here, and you could tell this one definitely has more pigment. Okay, so it's a little bit deeper, warmer, once again in the peach tone of the family, whether this one is a little bit more of like that light, soft ivory shimmer. Okay, so there we have the three, and both are actually even gorgeous used just simply on lids. So if you're doing an eye look and you just want to add a pop of highlight and a pop of glow, both of them work beautifully on the lids, and you can also layer them even a little bit like on the Cupid's bow or the center of the lip as a nice finishing lip touch. Okay, so last but not least, we have the deepest shade. This is the one that I most recently received. This is Dusk Reflection. Okay, so this is their bronzer shade. They don't have a matte bronzer in their collection. They only have these guys that really kind of create a little bit of warmth and color to the skin, and that can be used all over, aside from the cream blushes. Okay, so this one is not a bronzer with a golden undertone. This one has more of a like a pinky, slightly warm undertone. I wouldn't say it's on the cool side. It's definitely more pink bronze than golden or like yellow based bronze, but it actually works. So it does warm up the complexion nicely, and reminding you guys that if you like a matte bronzer, you may not like this, but you can use this to bronze your complexion, because the particles of shimmer, the particles of mica in here are not super reflective. So I've actually, I did a previous video about an hour ago, and I actually contoured my hairline and my temples and underneath my cheeks with this shade, and it works beautifully because it just gives like a subtle glow. It's not matte and it's not highly reflective. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my middle finger and I'm gonna go in and show you guys a close-up swatch of it on my hand. Okay, so it's kind of like that pinky bronze glow. And then I'm gonna stripe it right next to Dawn Reflection, which is that middle tone shade, so you guys could see how it looks like. Okay, all right, so here we go. Here are all three on my hand. This is Midnight Reflection, Dawn Reflection, Dusk Reflection. All very different shades. You can even mix them together to create a custom look. You can even wet these to create a little bit more intensity. So if I wet them, I'm actually going to take a little bit of the Elevation Hydration Mist, and I'm going to put it on a napkin, and I'm just going to go in and wet my arm to show you guys. Okay. If I now went back in, I just have the hydration mist right here, and I go back into the highlighter, it creates a little bit more of, a little more intensity and saturation. And I'm gonna do that across all three colors. So I'll show you guys the difference between the colors wet and dry. Okay, this is like the most awkward striping session. Okay, if I could turn my wrists a little bit. These are the colors dry, and these are the colors dampened. Okay, so if you dampen them, I mostly recommend that maybe for eye use, or you can even maybe dampen them using them as a highlighter. Just be careful because you don't want it to get too striped looking, okay? So that's the difference, dry, wet right here. Overall, I really love these. They're super versatile, they're easy to use, and they're great for all skin tones. If you have, once again, deeper skin, you may enjoy these. You actually may probably enjoy the Dawn and the Dusk a little bit better, and these would work better for you as a highlighter. If you have fair to light to medium to even slightly tan skin, I think all three can work beautifully. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I love these. They're a baked-in highlighter. They're easy to use. You could use a large fluffy brush. You could use any eyeshadow brush to use them on the lids. Super versatile. So $25. You can find them on honestbeauty.com. I'm going to send links down below. I hope that you guys enjoyed this full-length, detailed swatched review of the luminizing powders from Honest Beauty. Please share, comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate it. All right, thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye.